Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the vlogs. My boys in the building. It's gonna show me around Osaka. Just got here. About to go for a feed. The boys are playing tonight. Back soon, next week.
Yeah, probably next week.
Getting ready for the World Cup, man. Getting ready for the World Cup. Nah, but just been showing me around the city. It's cool. Just gonna go grab some food. Yeah, here for the next 3 nights. TK in the building. Let's go. Alright, got some pork here. Just a combination of different types of meat.
Like soy sauce.
Ah, soy sauce.
Into the middle.
Ooh, don't know about that. Alright, landed on the right day. The boys are playing tonight. One game. Could have played tonight. If you knew I was coming, you would have played, eh, bro?
You gave me a heads up earlier. It's like last minute bit.
But it's gonna roll into the game now. Running a couple minutes late. That's all good.
Holy shit, clutch kick to win, bro. You're gonna hit this, Fuck, boys just got on the hooter. Clutch kick to win. Clutch kick to win.
Alright, fuck. Good game, the boys got up, first win of the year, trying to order some macas. A bit of a language barrier, so...
I'm not eating this one.
Knew that carnival diet was all shit, boy. Yes, I don't eat macas, shut the fuck up. Everyone eats macas. I'm telling Sonny. You're in trouble,
Bro, that is the worst.
Does he eat macas?
He sends me, he eats the worst food and just send me his shirt off pic.
It's still ripped.
Yeah.
I'm telling
It's genetic.
Sonny anyway. Alright, what's up? Day 2 here in Osaka. Gonna go for a bit of a look around, go check out some shops. Crazy night last night. The boys hadn't won a game all year, they just got to first division. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, been a tough year for the boys, a heap of injuries and that. So our first win, and if we win next week as well, and we jump off the bottom of the ladder, which gives us an easier promotion relegation game most likely against Honda rather than D-Rocks, which is Izzy Falau's team. So
Fuck that. Does he kill it over here?
yeah, it's a walk in the park for him. Div 2.
Yeah. Just been chilling today. Went out for dinner or lunch, sorry. Just had a coffee, caught up. Should have been a podcast there, chat, man. It was good.
Yeah, sure, mate.
Yeah.
At the camera, bro. What are you up to? Falling behind.
Wasting time. Now I was going to go check out some shops now. Going to show me some local spots. But cool area, this area, little area. I'll let you know if we cop anything. I've got the 3s there. Got a pair of these at home.
Love me some Cortez.
Cortez, getting old school. Where's the white ones?
Around the corner.
As in, oh yeah? These are the ones. The Sambas in there. Probably my favourite shoe at the moment, obviously, with Ronnie dropping those Kith ones, but different colours. Can't go wrong with a blazer. Oh, the film. This would have been you back in Take 2, boy. The old chucks with the fat laces. Pretty cool colourways in there, got some falls up high. One of my favourite shoes. Oh, check out this. Some vintage Michael Jordan figures. Got the Dream Team 92. Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's cool, bro. Oi, look better with wear, eh? Yeah.
Normal thing.
Yeah.
And just edit it.
You can buy all these.
Yeah,
Switch the lasers up. Alright, last day here in Osaka. Chilled last night. I just went to a Mexican joint, bit of shisha, but about to take the kid for a bit of a training session.
to get this guy in shape.
Plenty of that. Nice bar. Finished a bit of a workout. I woke up this morning, I was like, let's just go for a little workout and coffee, be an hour and a half later. They're trying to embarrass me too, man. We're standing on the, I embarrassed myself, I can't blame anyone. But I was standing on this, what is it, body mass index thing? this comes one's going like, it shows you your body fat percentage, this one's going like slow as like that, and then I jump on, it's just going like that, and I was like, fucking hurry up and stop, cunt.
Well, I thought that I screwed up the setting.
Trying to make me feel good too. Nah, mad session, gonna eat something healthy. It's been a good day, last day here in Osaka, obviously just like chilling out, hanging out. Not doing too much to be honest, just been eating good food, just done a bit of training just then, and cruising down here. This is called Orange Street, so basically goes all the way down there and then all the way down there. But Osaka's a massive city. There's like 9-10 million people that live like within the city, but it's not like crowded, it's not busy, it's just cool. Kind of reminds me of Seoul like a little bit in that sort of sense, but just doing nothing to be honest, chilling, hanging. Bit of shopping, haven't copped too much. What are we doing tonight?
Hey?
What are we doing tonight?
Super.
Get back.
What do you want to do? Your holiday?
Working holiday, bro.
Oh my guy.
Appreciate you. Love you.
Hey, brother.
All the best, eh?
Safe travels, bro.
Thanks, brother. Alright, just got to Tokyo. Really looking forward to the city. But just sort of want to reflect on the past couple of days of Quade, and obviously like our friendship sort of well documented, and a couple of kids from Turk, and we've gone on to be gone on to do well considering where we all come from. And a lot of Turk, there's a few Turk boys that have, but I was just driving on the train up here and just reflecting on our friendship, and just grateful to have friendship that has so many layers to it, so deep. So like Chico and Normie, two of my best mates, and we got YKTR and stuff together. But we also met when we were like 23, and our relationship's been built off like fun, and like there's a bit of adversity in there, and starting a business. So we've got this really strong bond in that sort of sense, and we can talk about sort of different stuff. But probably my relationship with Quade is probably like a little bit more deeper, where everyone's got their day ones, and like they know how you've been brought up, and they know who your parents are and your brothers are, and they remember like if you were hiding from your parents, or the first time you kissed a girl, like you've got that experience with them, and that's why like people always gravitate towards their day ones, because it's just essentially how we're brought. And Quade was one of mine. Like if he was at my house, or I was at his house, or we're at Sean's house, like their parents treated us like we were their kids. But in saying that, like if we stayed at someone's house and they put a roof over your head, and they put food in front of you, and they showed you that, like you didn't rock up empty-handed too, you had to go do something, like minimum use your manners. Besides that, go grab a towel, go do the dishes, like go mow the lawn. If you're staying at the house, you're part of the family, you're going to get fed like the family, but you're going to be treated like the family too. And that's sort of something that we've always sort of carried through our lives. And it was interesting, like I was paying attention to a lot of things, and say, like for me, for example, whenever I was with all the YKTR boys and all our staff, like I always pay for everything. Like whenever we went out for dinner, I was like, don't worry, like even if they had all their girlfriends there, I'd be like, yeah, sweet, don't worry, like let me get this, let me pay for it. And Quade's like similar too. And then we'll get to points where we'll have lunch or we'll have dinner and we're both sort of like fighting over the bill. Like it's just naturally who we are, because like we want to provide, and there was always just like this little clash, and it was kind of interesting. But the best part, and it weren't even the parts that were on this vlog, we should just sit down and have coffees, and like we'll talk for an hour and a half. And like I said, like the depth of our conversations are like so deep. So there's not many people that have known me since I was 4 up to like 17, 18. So that's like your childhood. So we can reflect on those memories and we can draw back on those memories. But then we've gone on to both be like Quade's very successful in what he's done and what he's been able to achieve, and it's amazing what he's done. And then like he's moved into this business route or this clothing route as well, where I've gone on, haven't had the career that he's had, but I've gone on to do my own things. Now I'm moving into the sort of business part where I feel like I'm going to be a lot more successful. So and then we can like we can talk about many different things and many different layers, and we don't always agree on everything, but it's just cool to have that sort of one person in life where like we can talk and there's no judgment, but we understand where the other person's coming from, but we don't necessarily have to agree. But it was cool. Like we talk about upbringing, we can take the piss out of each other, which we mostly do. Then we can talk deep. We can talk about so many depths of like conversations on a lot of things. We can talk about systems, we can talk about sports, we can talk about girls, we can talk about women, we can talk about marriage, we can talk about kids, and we're having all these different types of conversations. And there was times I was sitting there, I was going, fuck, I wish this was on podcasts. And then saying that, I was just going, nah, just be here in the moment and like take on the lessons. And you know what, best thing about me and him, we can't hide from each other because we know exactly who we are. So I can call him out on his bullshit, and when he might not like it, but then he was also calling me out on some of my things, and he gave me some points on my life over the past sort of 2-3 years, and just told me straight to my face. And like sometimes when you know someone, you can't hide anything from them too. So it was cool. Like sometimes confronting conversations like are hard to hear, and they weren't like anything like crazy, but he just sort of positioned it in a way that made sense to me. And I'll sort of talk about, I was like, fuck, sometimes I feel like last couple of years I just felt like I'm stuck. And he goes, bro, it's like environment, it's your surroundings. It's like if you're the top of the tree and no one's going to challenge you, without challenge there's no resistance. Without resistance there's no strengthening. Without strengthening there's no growth. Of course you're going to stay the same. You're going to have to put yourself in situations or environments or create different processes or systems that are going to make you better. And then he was asking me different stuff like, oh, what do you want to do now? And I was like, I'll say this. And he goes, well, what's the system for it? And I'll just say like cliche shit and stuff I'd say on podcasts that would sound cool and it'll get clicks. He goes, no, that's not like, you're just saying process, but what's the actual system? Like, how are you going to break this down? And it was so fucking detailed. I'm just like, and a lot of times he'll ask like the 4th question. I'm like, I just came, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know. Like, what is the answer for that? And in saying that, I have so many of the same problems too. It was crazy. Like we said, we both grew up the same. So if I know you, if you've given me any amount of loyalty and given me food or a shirt off your back, like we want to pay that person back wholeheartedly. And sometimes me and him over deliver on that. Like we get people living with us for free that don't have to pay rent. We get people where we'll buy their food. Like say we go out, we'll pay for everything. But in saying that, you enable a certain type of behavior, and then over time it comes back and it kind of burns you. And he's been burnt from people that are super close to him, and so have I. And it was the exact same scenarios, and we were sort of talking about it, and I was like, what's the answer? And he goes, we're enabling that type of behavior. So if you think about a tree, so say we plant this seed here, we're watering this tree a certain way, and after 1.5 years, it gets to a certain point, and we're like, oh, I don't like that tree. We can't blame the tree. It's on us. We're the people that are supporting the seed or supporting these people, and people getting fucked over for money, and like I've been fucked over for money from like people that are close to me and things of loyalty. But it's like, it's just cool to have a type of friendship that's that pure and that deep. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. And then when you start to think about that type of relationship or friendship that you have, you start looking around. I was like, I don't really have too much of this, and I'm sort of just grateful that we do sort of have each other. And the best thing about it is, and anyone who's, if you guys become a little, whatever element or however you see success, it's gonna be like people start to hang around you for certain reasons, or people see, and the point he brought up was like transactional. Like a lot of people see everything as transactional. Like, what can I get out of this person if I hang out with him? And this is sort of like happened even with YKTR, where like people that come in, they're like, oh, if I go YKTR, there's a transaction there, I can like get a bit of growth, I can get a blah blah blah, and then that allows me to be in a position to leave. And there's like nothing wrong with that, but like where I see like my values was like, oh, like I see these guys as like family, and like I want to pay for everything, and like it's not a bad thing that they've done, it's just like how I perceive to see the world, you know what I mean? And it was interesting to hear it like that, but it was cool to have a friend where like your values align so much. You got your childhood, your 20s, and we're into our 30s now, and our 40s, where so many things are intertwined, but the value of the friendship is just the friendship itself, which is like, you don't really get that anymore, you know what I mean? And maybe because I live in Sydney and it's a fake city, but you don't really get that anymore. It's like, I don't want anything from you, I don't need any money from you. Like I've got my own shit going on, I'm my own man, I can stand on my own 2 feet, I can pay for my own shit. And he's exactly the same. He's a solid man who stands on his own 2 feet. He's got his values. He ain't gonna take shit from anyone. But we don't need anything from each other, and it's like one of the most refreshing feelings in the world. And whatever element of success you guys have in life, or you sort of notice that as you get like a little bit older, like people just want you for what you can do for them, not who you are. And it was just cool to have that type of friendship where just two guys, small town kids, just trying to do cool things and super supportive of each other. There's no element of jealousy whatsoever. Like he's a lot more successful than me and fucking way cooler than me, and but I just look at him and like, fuck, that's cool, bro, I was proud, and I'll be here to support you no matter what. So yeah, probably rambling on a little bit. I'll probably touch on a few things more in the podcast. I wrote down heaps of notes and different types of conversations we had, and we talked about values and boundaries and like standing up as a man, and like if you let someone, I don't know, it was cool. Like I said, I wish it was on podcast, but I'm glad it sort of happened in its most organic place. And there was a moment in time where I was just sitting there grateful, like sitting in Osaka in fucking Japan, and boys are whatever element of success, and we're both happy and both doing cool things. It was just one of those cool moments, you know what I mean? And I appreciate it. So yeah, sorry to ramble a little bit, just want to get that out there. Said I documented the journey, good and bad, and that was just one of those cool moments. So yeah, hope you guys have a friend like that or a couple friends like that. But let's go explore Tokyo.